Hello, welcome. Welcome, everyone. Hello, Adrian. Hello, Anita. Welcome. We just have a couple more minutes before we start the tour. But welcome, Kate. Welcome, Stacy. Welcome, Marty. Welcome, Deborah. Good to see you all here today. Welcome, Elaine. Hi, Kate. So good to see you. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. We just have a couple more minutes before we start, but I just wanted to hop on early and say hello to everyone. Welcome. Thank you, Kate. Yes, these are the yellow with rhinestone glasses. So happy to share them with all of you. And then I wore the yellow earrings to match too. I thought they would be cute. Welcome, welcome. It is a beautiful day in Valencia today, and I just wanted to start a little bit early so that I could show you all where I am. Let me actually start back here. Oh, thank you, Kate. Welcome, Freya. Welcome, Jen. Wow, in South Australia. Oh my goodness. So, I just wanted to show you, not the garbage cans behind me. I wanted to show you what's in front of me before we begin. This technically isn't a part of the tour, but I couldn't not share it with you. So let me just go ahead and flip this around. You all know I am a huge fan of desserts. So this is what I'm currently staring at. Hey Freya, good to see you. Hey Vanessa, hey Cheryl, welcome, welcome Carolyn, welcome. If you all have toured with me before, you know I am a huge fan of all things sweet and yummy. And I was walking to my starting point today, and I passed this shop. Yeah, Kate, no kidding, no calories here. I passed this shop and I thought, I think I'm going to start here today because OMG, these look amazing and it smells really sugary here. It smells really like sweet, not quite the bakery sweet, but like you can smell the donuts. Great place to start. Yes, absolutely. Welcome, Carla. Happy to have you here. Welcome, Debbie. Don't these look delicious? Oh my goodness. And then let me just show you these two. And fun part for all of you vegans, I am not vegan, but I'm also not opposed to vegan food, obviously. Anything that looks like this, I will eat. Apparently, these are all vegan. So, twice as delicious, I suppose. Welcome, everyone. In terms of, I know, don't these look yummy. In terms of using the platform, I think I have a lot of familiar faces here, but if this is your first tour, in terms of using the platform, you can see all of the comments popping up there. That is how you let me know, hey, we can't see you, we can't hear you, what is that? That looks really good, whatnot. And actually, let me show you this as we're walking by it. It's really pretty. Look at this building. I'll hurt yourself. That's awesome, Kate. Yes, and then you can see the postcard option too, which is that little brown button in the middle of the screen. And that is how you take pictures from my camera. And you can share them on social media later and say, hey, look where I went today. I had some coffee at the cafe here in Valencia and looked at all of the beautiful architecture. Then I went to the dessert place, which is actually technically where our tour starts. So let me just get on over there. Here is one of the Starbucks in Valencia. For those of you who are wondering how wide Starbucks is, it is all around the world. No, we're not going there though. We do have to pass it though. So welcome everyone. Yes, in terms of using the platform, you have all of the comments popping up there. You have the postcard option. You also have all of the location buttons. You can sort of track where we are. And I think that's about it. Oh, am I feeling better? Yeah, it's the cough is lingering, but for the most part, I had a fever for about 5 or 6 days. But for the most part, we are much better. My husband is totally fine now. He's got a little tiny bit of a cough, but he has recovered nicely. But I think I caught it from him. All right, so this is where I want to go. I just want to wait for these people to scooch out of the way. This is called Dulce de Leche, which, if you thought you were hungry before, this is one of the most popular cake places in Valencia. There are 3 of these here. Usually there are very few repeat dessert places here. And people like dulce de leche so much that there are 3 of them. Has anyone had dulce de leche before? Anyone familiar with dulce de leche? It's basically like a thick caramel that you make with cream. Why isn't that focusing? There we go. That you make with condensed milk and cream and sugar. Oh, doesn't that look so good? So yummy. See your comments. Oh, Carolyn, I'm sorry to hear that you folks went through COVID too. Oh, yes, Kate, doesn't it look so good? And then here's some more. So delicious. This is the #1 dessert place in Valencia. So I'm not the only one who thinks so. I do think it is a little bit expensive though. You can see here everything is around 350 to 450, which is sort of surprising to me because, of course, that shadow is right in the way, isn't it? Or the reflection. This is called Dulce de Leche, and there are 3 of them. The one in the very city center is the one we're at right now. I'm gonna get rid of this reflection. Oh, that's better. I just need to walk right in front of it. Oh, those look so good. And then you can see the alfajores here. This is where it has a whole bunch of dulce de leche right in the middle of it, and it like a sort of butter cookie on the outside. It's very decadent. It looks kind of it doesn't look as decadent as it tastes, but it's very thick and very sugary. And then let me show you the giant display area here of croissants and Berliners and more of the carrot cake. And some of these are vegan also for you vegan fans. Yes, Freya, this is the city center one, but all of them have similar options. They all look so good, don't they? Okay, yeah, I just wanted to pop in here and show you the This is literally the name of it, DDL, or Dolce de Leche Boutique. So they advertise this as a boutique rather than a pastry shop. Doesn't this look good? You can see the name here. There's a guy right inside who thinks I'm filming him. You're not that cute, little dude. All right. And then this is their little outside area, but I just want to show you the actual building that this is in. Here's the outside. And ironwork on this. They're beautiful. So gorgeous. So let me tell you a little bit about our tour today. This is the Dolce de Leche. Yes, this is the Bullring, North Station, Palace of Communications, and dessert tour today. So we do have about 2 blocks to go, so just bear with me as we go through a little bit of the neighborhood here. But just to give you a little bit more info on Valencia, it was founded by the Romans 2,000 years ago. Just to show you some of the street art that Valencia has. Isn't that cute? And a lot of the parking here, especially coming from the States. Oh, yes, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Kelsey, and I am from Portland, Oregon, and Chicago. And my husband and I moved to Valencia in February. Look at the parking here. I just think it's so funny that they have all the motorcycles and the cars right in the middle of the streets. And then also, there are no such thing as really stinky garbage alleyways here. Well, I suppose maybe there are a couple. But in the States, when you walk behind a building, that's usually where you find all the garbage cans, right? Here, they are on display in the middle of the street. So this is where all of the garbage trucks come and pick them up. Not to spend too much time on literal garbage cans, but just so you have some idea as to why it doesn't smell as, I mean, there are lots of smells here, of course, but it doesn't smell as city-like as some other places I've been. We're just waiting to cross the street. Then we can head over to the North Station. And no, April, I have not. Tell me more about it though, because I would love to go. So Valencia is the third biggest city in Spain. We of course have Madrid, the capital, which we went to on June 21st. If you all came with me, and then also Barcelona, which is just a few hours north of us. I just wanted to show you all the shoes here for all you fashionistas. Look at these. Look at how bright they are. Isn't that cool? So Valencia has about 800,000 people here, and they are more of a, it is the third biggest city, but it's more of the place to live rather than the place that all of the tourists flock to, if that makes sense. I mean, of course, I would go here any day because it's beautiful, but I would say out of the three of them, Barcelona, Madrid, and Valencia, this would be the place to live. And lucky for us, we chose this beautiful city, but we actually hadn't been here before. Just wanted to show you some more of the cake. This looks to be orange cake, and then also some chocolate brownies with walnuts on top. I'm sorry, the sun is so very in the middle. That's okay. We're gonna see more desserts in a little bit. Oh, oh, don't worry, Kate. I'm uh, I'm doing a couple more tours here in Valencia in a few weeks. So I did just want to show you here some pictures that I uploaded. So in terms of where we actually are, so here is Europe, and then you can see Spain in the lower left-hand corner, and then here is where we are in Valencia. There we go. Just so you have a little bit of a clear idea as to where we are. So we're on the East Coast, we're on the Mediterranean. We do have a lovely beach here, but it is about a mile and a half away from us. This is part of City Hall, and we are going to see this in just a minute, this beautiful dome that we're looking at here. But I did just want to pop by the Bull Ring and the North Station, which is considered to be one of the most beautiful train stations in Europe, before we come here. Oh yes, someone said I wish I could walk in those shoes. You and me both. The young people here, they don't seem to be too worried about their foot health. We are going to come back to this beautiful area. This is the Plaza de Ayuntamiento, which is the sort of like city hall center. Yeah, France is France is above Spain rather, but we do have similar weather. When my husband and I lived in Marseille, it was very hot, very muggy like it is here. Not quite as muggy as Chicago though. Oh yeah, do let me know where you are all tuning in from today. And I feel like the whole world is having a heat wave, so let me know what your weather is like. We're passing some of the beautiful downtown hotels. So for a price, you can stay in these beautiful rooms too. And also here's another one of the beautiful hotels. This actually might be an apartment building. I just wanted to show you the decorations underneath the windows here and all of the ironwork on the balconies. There we go. Oh, it's hot in Tampa. Yes, that sounds horrible. Oh my goodness. Um, while we are walking, when Valencians get hot, they drink what is called agua de Valencia, which is literally orange juice and alcohol. It's sort of like a mimosa, but I posted the recipe here as well as a picture of it. But this is the literal water of Valencia, and there's no water in it. In case you were wondering if there's water, there is no water in it. But you can see right ahead of us the Bull Ring and the North Station, and then of course here are some of the beautiful flowers that are all growing here. There's another drink that people have here, aren't they pretty? Which is called horchata, which some of you, if you've been to Mexico, you've probably had horchata. But spoiler, this is a different kind of horchata. It basically has tiger nut milk in it, which is not made with rice and sugar like you would find in Mexico. So this is a little bit different. It's very sweet. If you think you've had sweet drinks before, ho ho ho. Well, maybe if you've had sweet tea in the South, but they also eat them with these things called fartons. Yes, you heard me right. Fartons. Welcome, Solomon. Welcome to Valencia, Spain. Um, fartons are basically very airy breadsticks. They sort of taste like hot dog buns with sugar on them. I am not a fan, as you can tell, but they are very popular here, and that is what you eat horchata with. So, in case you want to be like the Valencians, you can have. Oh yeah, so we're waiting at the bike lane currently. We just crossed the street, but now there's also a bike lane that we have to wait for that has bikes and scooters. Welcome, Linda. Happy to have you here today. Yes, the excellent bakeries. They do spoil us. So here is our Estacio del Nord, and let me just post a couple images before we go in of what the old station used to look like. So here are some pictures. There are 5 of them, and we'll talk about each one of them. But this is the North Station. So it was built in 1918, so actually quite recently. And it is especially notable for its Art Nouveau. So anyone know what Art Nouveau is? Any ideas? It is basically where architecture meets nature. So back in, oh, thank you, Kate, that's very kind. So back in the 15th century, that is when Valencia was booming. We had all kinds of money coming in because we were right on the silk route here, and that is where a lot of the traders were stopping to trade their silks. We actually talk about this a lot in the Old Town Valencia tour that I did reschedule for the week after next, by the way. So in 2 weeks from today, that is when we will talk a little bit more about the Silk Route. But when the New World, aka the Americas, were discovered, the monarchs decided that the only city that could trade with the New World was Sevilla or Seville. So let me just zoom in on these things here for you because they're beautiful. So up until the 19th or the 1900s rather, Valencia suddenly was sort of hurting for money. They were hurting for resources. And in the early 1900s, that is when someone found all these beautiful oranges and said, hey, I wonder if anyone else would like these beautiful oranges too. Yes, let's go vertical. And when the train station, this train station, was built in 1917, they began shipping the Valencian oranges out to the rest of Europe and therefore the rest of the world. And that is how money came back to Valencia. So you can see here this gorgeous dress that this woman is wearing. She has oranges behind her. She's picking all of the oranges. And the little child here has, in the very front, he has a basket of grapes and oranges. And we are going to talk a little bit more about the dress in just a minute. Let's go back. But the oranges are basically what saved Valencia. So you can see in this building, they have all these little orange balls that are displayed throughout the architecture of this building here. You can see on this very front area here. And there's another mosaic. These are actual mosaics, by the way. These were made by Montegri Pinto. So vertical. Aren't these beautiful? Oh, thank you, Freya. That's very kind. I think these are so beautiful. And you actually don't notice them until you get right up to it. The way that it's designed, it's sort of an afterthought because there's no entrance right here. The entrances are around both sides. Let's go back. And here is some of the there we go. Here is some of the stained glass. Oh, thank you for your tips. That's very kind. Here is some of the stained glass. You can see the oranges in them here. So this building is covered in oranges. Oh, thank you, Carla, for your follows. And then I saw someone else followed me as well. Thank you for your follows. When I have 1,000 followers, we will do a get to know me tour. And when I have 2,000 followers, I was trained as an opera singer, so I will do an opera concert of some sort when we have 2,000 followers. So do follow me for those. Here's the inside of our station, and you can see on the ceiling, but also I just want to zoom in on this here. You can see more mosaics of the oranges. It's beautiful. And also up here as well. Get all of those. Very pretty. So this is one of the main train stations here in Valencia. And again, it was built in 1917. So quite quite modern compared to the rest of the city. Freya, I'm reading your comment. O mio bambino caro. That is one of the most famous operatic arias, which probably will be something I will sing because not only is it one of the oldest songs that I learned. I learned that song probably 20 years ago, but also it's the one of the most fun to sing as well. So stay tuned for those. Buen dia. Have a good trip. Adorable and talented. Can't seem to save my life. It's how like a diaper. I love having you in my tours, Kate. You're so funny. So yes, you can see all of these mosaics here, and then let me just pop in here and show you. This is the main terminal here, but this is also a permanent design or permanent display here. It's all very religious characters. So you can see Adam and Eve here up on the very front of the boat, and then the eagle, and then various saints that are sort of saving the day, if you will, here. Aren't these beautiful? Welcome, Jenny. Good to see you. So again, we are in the Estación del Nord, which is the North Station in Valencia. And this display here, when I first moved here in February, people had said, well, they might take it down. They have not taken it down. So I asked people who work here, and they said, no, we're never going to take this down. So here are two of the main figures here. This is there's a story that Saint Agatha, who is here, she tamed a dragon and a dragon turtle as well. So that is what this is referencing here. But then also in one of the pictures that I had posted, you can see the main part of the terminal here, and you can see all the trains and how many people are here waiting to board and whatnot. This is actually the second train station in Valencia. It's the main one, but it is the second one. There is another one. Joaquin Sorella is the other one, and that is where the big trains down to Cordoba and Granada and even up to Barcelona leave. A lot of these are more of the, like if anyone has lived in Chicago, this is more of the Metra train. So it's not the L, it's not like a subway, but the trains, they have bathrooms, everyone has a seat. They are a little bit more expensive, but they are, they're still local. So those trains are the ones you would find here. And as I had been going to places like like Gandia and Cuyera and Sagunto, which I took everyone there in I think April. This is the station that I left from. Oh, you lived in Jefferson Park. Oh my goodness, how funny, Kate. Yes, Jenny, it's quite nice to be home. I'm quite happy to be home. I'm showing you this image right here because when I posted the 5 images a few minutes ago, there was a picture of a bunch of rocking chairs and sort of storage areas. And this is where those were way back when this was first built about 100 years ago. I did want to show you one more thing in this building before we move along. This tour will be about 45 minutes for those of you who are on a time schedule. I kept meaning to change that time, but alas, here is one of the big clocks here. And then we're going to go in this beautiful room that's right next door. Yeah, Freya's asking if after growing up in place or like living in places that are really busy and always moving and things are always happening like Chicago, is it different to live in some place like or like Valencia? And yes, there is siesta, which I always talk about in these tours, which basically everything is closed from about 2 to 5 o'clock. And it's very different to go, oh, I have to run to the pharmacy. Oh wait, it's 3 o'clock and everything is closed. Yes, Kate, I did hear about the shooting. Oh, heartbreaking, heartbreaking. I hope everyone is okay, that you know and that I know. I have not heard of any of my friends who were there, but my father-in-law does live right around there, so that's a little bit scary. So what we are looking at right now, this is the basically this is the one of the waiting rooms that we have here in this Estación del Norte. And you can see the lady in the dress here. She is wearing a traditional Spanish costume. That this is not it, somebody dressing up like another culture. This is a traditional Spanish dress. And when we have the Fallas Festival here, which is sort of the festival of fire every March, which we were actually having right when Harrison and I first moved here, so that was a bit much. But all of the ladies wore these dresses here, there, and everywhere. It was gorgeous. And yes, Kate, these are all mosaic tiles. Let me get a little bit closer. Aren't these just stunning? Now, let me ask all of you who have come to my tours before, is the picture quality the same or is it not as good? Oh, I did switch cameras, so to me it doesn't look as good. I'm hoping that you folks can see the same or you can see well, but I would be interested to know. It's not as good. Darn. Okay. I will switch back to the other one. Picture quality is okay for you, Freya. Okay. A little blurry and shaky. All right, that's good to know. Thank you. I'll switch back to the other one next time and I'll be mindful of the shaky for this time. So these pictures that we see, oh, thank you for letting me know. So these pictures that we see in the back here are these are some of the swampier areas around Valencia. Now, mind you, we don't have a lot of water other than the coast, but these are some of the areas you will find around Valencia, around Spain, or this part of Spain rather. And also back to our Art Nouveau with the oranges. Can you all see the oranges built into these mosaic tiles here? Aren't those beautiful? Beautiful. So when this train station was built, oh good, I'm glad you can see all the pretty. When this train station was built, it was considered to be the the space of modernity. So this was one of the most modern places in Valencia when it was built in the 1900s. I know, isn't this beautiful, Kate? I would just love to have all of these tiles all over my house. And then also when we saw the rose windows outside, here's what they look like from the inside to give you an idea. Isn't that beautiful? And you can see again all of the oranges here, the roses. I have put in questions. Oh, thank you, Carolyn. That's very kind. I put in some questions to Hago to see if I can do some other types of tours that are sort of based off of the red light district in Amsterdam tour that happened a few weeks ago. Valencia has a very interesting history in terms of sexual freedoms here. So I will keep you all posted on that. But the reason I am thinking of that is because there's also a really beautiful rose garden here. And I think I'm going to take everyone to this garden in a few weeks as well. But do be on the lookout for the new Valencia tours because I am in town for at least 2 months. And there's also a Battle of the Flowers happening in the end of July. There's a huge festival here through all of July. Yes, every single day. There's something happening every hour at different parts of the city. And you know Valencians, they don't sleep. So things happen at all hours of the day and the night. But the very last thing that happens is on July 31st at about 8 p.m. local time, so 2 p.m. Eastern time, is the Battle of the Flowers, which is literally people throwing marigolds at each other as the floats and the people who are dressed in gorgeous dresses and flowers pass by. So do keep an eye out for that. As you can see, we are at our bull ring. Oh, thank you for your tips. That's very kind. There we go. Oh, so beautiful. So I also have my thoughts about bullfighting. We are not here to glorify bullfighting in any way, shape, or form. We are here to enjoy the building. So whatever your thoughts are on bullfighting, I wholeheartedy agree. But this bull ring, I think, is beautiful. It was built in 1850, and it is 18 meters high, 52 meters across, and it holds about 10 to 12,000 people. There are 24 rows in the stands. Actually, let me show you what it looks like on the inside. It's not very, when you think of, oh, that looks so cool, it's not very cool. It looks like a bull ring inside. So I'll just show you a picture because we can't actually go in. But that is what it looks like on the inside. But it was built in 1850, and it has 384 of these external arches. I was researching a little bit about bullfighting in Spain. As you know, I have some thoughts on it, but I will keep those to myself. But good news for animal advocates, though, is that bullfighting is it is a part of the culture. It will never go away, but it has never been so wholeheartedly unsupported. Just in terms of history, I'm just walking to give you guys a better view. The modern day Spanish bullfighting, it doesn't look like it used to when it first started in Crete. You can find people who were bullfighting dating back to 1400 BCE. So quite old. Here's one of the famous matadors here. See if we can get him a good view. Do you know, is that sand? No, the bull ring is made of bricks. But I did want to show you. Oh, you can actually kind of see it here. Look at this is a street sign. Carrer Chavia. Chatavia. No, Chatava. There we go. I apologize for my horrible Spanish. working on that. But yes, these are street signs that are found all throughout Valencia. Isn't that neat? And I think it's neat. It's cool that they put them literally on the buildings. Wearing fur coats and both falling off due to animal advocates. Yes, Kate, exactly. Um, so there is a way to quote pardon the bull here, and it's basically where you bring a white handkerchief. And some of you might know more about this than I do, but from what I understand, if the bull is especially brave, the whole audience waves the white handkerchief, and that sort of lets the bull go back to its ranch and live there peacefully. But again, those are some of the practices that I am not. Oh, it's okay. That I am not too much of a fan of. But when you think of Spanish bullfighting controversy, you usually think how they are hurting the animals, eventually killing the animals. The good thing is that 93% of young people here do not support bullfighting, the typical ending that you might expect. I'm just going to move back a little so we can see a little bit more. So there's now a new tradition that's starting that basically is allowing people to go on in the middle of the ring, if you will, with the bulls and the bullfighters and do a big traditional dance. So instead of killing the bull at the end, which is horrible and uh, very, very hard to watch, they now do a dance with the bull at the end. Now, mind you, this is not one of those bull rings that happens in, but that is something that has been starting to catch on here in Spain, which has been wonderful. But a couple more facts, though, about bullfighting in general. There are female matadors, which let me actually post a picture. This is the most famous female matador. Her name is Mariano Carmelo Rodriguez Nunez, and she is one of the 100 female matadors that are currently in Spain. But all matadors start their training in Madrid, and then they go to different parts of the country. Bullfighting is found in 14 different countries, but of course, Spain is the number one. But about 250,000 bulls are killed every year due to bullfighting. So the young people are trying to change that. So cross your fingers and toes. All right, we are now going to our very last location, which will be the Palace of Communication. Anyone have any ideas what a Palace of Communication might be? Let me just show you some yummies as we walk by this. What is a Palace of Communication? What does it sound like? Don't those look so good? So a Palace of Communication. Yes, it's the mail. It's the post office. So it is our main post office here in Valencia. Look at these. Oh, these empanadas. These are so good. They're basically puff pastry that sometimes have like sort of creamy filling inside. And then here are these massive croissants that also are filled with chocolate. Oh, and then you can see some of the other croissants here that have filling in them. I'm sorry, Kate. I know I can't not share the baked goods with you. And then here are some of the savory items. You can see the Frankfurt here, the Frankfurter, and then some of the focaccia bread. Delicious. Okay, let's be on our way. Pass on the Frankfurter. That's funny. All right, so we've got about one block to go. You can see all of the scooters, people crossing the street with their scooters and their bikes. And also you can see how the bike lanes have different designated locations here. Whereas for those of you in the States, you understand what I mean when I say it's quite dangerous to ride a bike in the States. Well, depending on where you are, of course. But in Chicago, it was really scary. We are just headed across the street here. And I did want to show you. So Spain was ruled by the Moors for about 500 years, from 708 or 712 until the 1200s. Here we go. And during that time, the Moors brought a lot of money and built a lot of beautiful architecture that they have tried to preserve, including things like this building right in front of us. Now, mind you, this is not an original, but it is over 200 years old. So this wasn't built back in the 1000s, or in the 1100s rather, but it still is reminiscent of the time when the Moors had sort of taken over. You can see all of the geometric shapes. You can see the little diamonds, and then all of the sort of flowery spheres around the windows. And the best part about this building, it is for rent. No one lives here. This building is entirely empty, and you can rent it out. You can even buy it. Look at this door. So I just think that's amazing. I don't know how much it is selling for, but can you imagine? Look, there's a whole thing up there. You can buy this. You can rent this. You can live in this. What an amazing thing. You know, though, I think I would like to live across the street so I could look at it. Maybe not the graffiti, but I could look at the rest of the beautiful building. I know it's gorgeous. Yeah, the graffiti I'm not so much a fan of. We do have some really nice artists here, though. Some really good quality street art here. Maybe I should do a street art tour. The hard part is a lot of the things aren't too close together, but I'll see what I can do. We are just walking about one block to our very last stop here. Just giving you some of the views as we walk. But yes, we are headed to the Palace of Communication, which is, as we were talking about, it is the post office, the modern day post office. What makes a more? So these were the folks that came up from Africa. These were the Arabic population that came, and this is why we have such a beautiful range of architecture, especially down south in Andalusia, like in Granada and Seville and whatnot, because it was so close to Africa. I just want to stop here really fast. So again, this is one of the beautiful Spanish dresses that you often see here during the fallas. This is a traditional Spanish dress, but as you can see, it's right in front of a lotto shop, and she's holding a lotto ticket. So this is a very popular thing to do here. People will be selling lotto tickets just standing in the middle of the street, and they are um, sanctioned by the city to be able to do this. So it is legal. It is popular. You see little grandmas lining up to buy their lotto ticket. And also, we're standing right in front of a movie theater. So this is everybody lined up for their movie tickets. All the young people. And then, oh no, the line's going the other way. The line's going to the Mac store. Oh, I wonder what's happening at the Mac store. Huh. Well, if anybody knows something I don't. Very interesting. Okay, so we are now at the Plaza de Ayuntamiento, which is City Hall Square or City Hall Center. Yeah, I know. I want to go see. Oh, it looks like. Uh, well, I don't know. They're probably all lining up for the newest product. You know how it goes. So this is the post office building. Let me actually go back here and show you how amazing this is. For those of you who like palaces, this is um this is quite something here. Here is our Palace of Communication. Isn't this gorgeous? Yeah, the street lamps, they are very fancy. You're right. You're right, Freya. Here, I'll pop a street lamp in here for us to get it in our picture. Isn't that beautiful? So this was built in, you can actually see when we go a little bit closer, it says 1915 to 1922. And on the very, very top, you can see a boat, a boat, and then a train surrounded by angels. Any ideas why we might see a boat and a train surrounded by angels up here? A boat and a train. Protection. Ooh, good guess. So these were some of the original ways of getting mail from one point to another. Although protection also is good. And this is why he sort of, the guy's name was Miguel Navarro, and he wanted to sort of honor the older ways of getting mail from one point to another. And actually, there are some letters that you can see, letters like mail letters. Oh, there they are. I think this is so cool. Okay, this is the first time I had seen this. I saw this in an article I was reading. Let me get you a little bit closer here. Do you see right here, between the two sort of curly bits? It's in the shade, but there is an actual letter sort of vertical between the two curly parts of this column here. Isn't that interesting? And it goes all the way around. So there are all these columns that have little letters that are everywhere here, which I think is so cool. Okay, let's go toward here. Oh, and there's a little art display of a turtle here. Oh, that's cute. How a little turtle. Let's see. If anyone can read this, let's see, discover 200 million years in one day. Oceanographic. So that is one of our science museums here. We have a huge science museum, and this is the Oceanographic, is where they have all of the underwater animals. So, oh, how cool. All right, so let me show you just the front of this really fast. And then we're actually going to go inside because the inside is the beautiful part here. So you can see the 5 people here. These are representing 5 continents. Now, I'm not sure which 2 are missing, but these, alas, are representing 5 continents, and Europe is right in the middle. Then you can see the little bike right below them, and then there's actually a boat. Where's my finger? Here. There's a boat right here behind them. Isn't that cute? And then actually, oh, we can see the letters again here, right under that second little bird. You can see the little letters up there on the top of the column. So this building, it is 9,400 square meters, and the guy, Miguel Navarro, his dad was also an architect. Carrier pigeons! Oh, how perfect. Turtle postcard won't take. Oh, I'm sorry, Leah. Let me show you again the little turtle. Thank you. Yeah, so the architect who built this, he wanted to build something inside, sort of a dome that represented all of Spain because, oh, somebody's posing. Because the post office is connecting all of Spain and of course all of the world also. You're welcome, Leanne. So he came up with a 370 piece stained glass ceiling. Now, let's go on inside. Hola! Wow, it's beautiful! Oh my goodness, and then you can see the lady with her 2 little lamps. Oh, gracias! Vanessa, I speak German and a little bit of French, which, let me tell you, does not help so much in Spain. But we're working on it. Yes, those lamps are gorgeous, aren't they? And look at this wooden ceiling. This is just the entrance part, but I couldn't skip this for you. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, let's go on in now. So this beautiful ceiling is what Miguel Navarro came up with to connect all of Spain. Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness. Isn't that beautiful? I know. Isn't this just stunning? So you can see all 48 regions in Spain. Their flags are here. And then right up here is the Spanish coat of arms. And this is like 3D coat of arms. So they're all, you might be able to tell in your picture, but they're all different pieces that have been connected. You can see the little letter. Here we go, the little letter right here. Stunning. Absolutely beautiful. And this again has 370 glass pieces. Not to mention some beautiful arches here as well. Side note, beautiful arches. If I were to walk in, I would think that the arches were the stunning part about this building. Even the floor is gorgeous. Look at that. And this is a 4-story building. I know, isn't this stunning? This is a 4-story building, but right above us here. So I'm just going to slowly pan back up. Right above us is this metalwork. Here we go. I'm sending a picture to all of you. This sort of tower that stands right above this metal section here. And it is part of the original building. And mind you, when this was built in 1922, this area was part of the fishing market. So it was kind of a seedy area. So they did have to sort of mark it off to make it safer for the builders. But by putting this sort of a lookout tower up here, it did help the police to secure the areas a little bit better. And also during FIAS, which is that big fire festival every March, that lookout is one of the number one places to see, because it's you are right in the very middle of all of the action, if you will. So that brings us to the end of our tour. Tess, I'm sorry you're joining just now. We are at the very end of our tour. Thank you all so much for coming to this tour for the Bull Ring, the Palace of Communication, which is where we are right now, and North Station. Do stay tuned. So next week, I bugged Hago about putting me in the newsletter. So I will finally be in the newsletter again, and I will be doing a brand new tour in Valencia called Castle to Castle. Thank you, Carla. That's very kind. And we are going from one castle to the other castle here. There are 2 large castle gates that are just stunning. Oh, thank you, Debbie. That's very nice. Check out love your tours and go eat after you're seeing all the goodies. Thank you so much for the tour. Hope you feel 100% soon. Thank you. That's so nice. Oh, thank you, Carla. I'm so glad that you all enjoy my tours. Oh, thank you, Freya. So, would love a tour here. Oh, April, I'll look into that because that looks really neat. Wish I'd seen Barcelona. Oh, don't worry, Kate. I didn't go to Barcelona yet. I'll keep you in mind when we do though. I'll let you all know when I do head over there. I'm surprised how expensive the tickets to Barcelona are, actually, considering that it's so close to where we are right now. For those of you who want a selfie, let's see if we can do this right. Okay, three, two, one. Yay! Oh, that was fun. So yes, do tune in next week, a week from today, for Castle to Castle, and then also on the following Saturday. Thank you, Kate. Thank you, Carolyn. The following Saturday for the redo of the Old Town Valencia. For those of you who don't know, last week my husband and I were both positive for COVID. So luckily we have recovered for the most part, but no, I was very positive last week, so I could not leave our house, which was very sad. But but yes, I have rescheduled it for 2 weeks from today, so I think that'll be nice. Going to Castle. That is so great to you. Oh, thank you, Liam. That's so nice. Um, oh yes, and do follow me if you haven't already to be informed about the somewhat risque tour that I am hopefully going to be allowed to plan. I will keep you all updated though on whether they say yes or no for that. It'll still be family friendly, but perhaps older than 16 family friendly. Canceled tour, that do better. I currently have a wolf sinus infection. Oh, Kate, I'm so sorry about that. Oh, that sounds horrible. Well, I hope you recover. Thank you, Linda. That's so nice. Thank you very much. Um, these marble slippers are a little bit slippery. So thank you all so much for coming. And oh yes, and I did just gracias. And I did just uh, schedule the Battle of the Flowers, which is a timed event on July 31st. So I can't change the time for that. Luckily, it's at 2 p.m. Eastern time, so not too late. But there's also another one called La Tomatina, which I'm sure you've seen. I did post it a few weeks ago. It's the tomato throwing festival. So it's where everybody has about 15,000 tomatoes, no joke, and they throw them at each other. Thank you, Marilyn. That's very kind. They throw them at each other for an hour. So unfortunately, that is very early for all of you folks in the States. It's at 6 a.m. Eastern time. So I will post pictures and videos. Oh, Freya, that's so funny. Thank you. Thank you for my teeth. Yes, a tomato throwing festival. It only is 1 hour, which is so sad because considering how everything in Spain is it all happens at midnight. When you think of, oh, when is something happening? Oh, 11 p.m., midnight, 1 a.m. Of course, it would be the one thing that I want to share with all of you, and it happens at noon. So do tune in for that if you are up very late or up very very early. Um, I would love to see you all at that. And then in September, my husband and I do have tickets for the Passion Play, which it will be on September 8th, I believe, is what we have our tickets for. So I'm going to be doing some touring a little bit before and after that too. So I'll either be going to Switzerland, which there are some really cheap tickets to Switzerland right now, and then headed up the beautiful area of France with Strasbourg and Colmar, and then ending up over in Munich. Or I will fly into Berlin and go down from there. So I will keep you all posted on what I decide. But either way, we'll be here for a while. So So I hope to be able to take all of you to all of those things. I just wanted to show you all one more thing. This is again part of our old town, or our main town center. This is the city hall. But this is the big beautiful fountain. So when people say, "Oh, let's meet at the fountain," this is the fountain they are referring to. And this white thing here is what they put up when they are about to do a mascleta, which is basically a huge display of noisy fireworks. They're not doing it right now. There would be hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people, but you know when there's going to be a mascleta, you can't even walk within 4 blocks of this downtown area. It's just packed. But oh, and let me see your comments. Let's see. Okay, very happy and healthy. Can't wait to travel again. Yes, Kate, absolutely. Bob being in Switzerland, you got to see the statue of Freddie Mercury in Monteport. Oh, how funny, Pascal. I will have a look at that. That sounds like fun. Uh, all right. Thank you all so much for joining me today. For those of you who hit the tip button, thank you. As they say, every little bit helps. And do follow me if you haven't already. And I hope to see you on Saturday. I will probably be doing quite a bit more tours in July and August in Valencia, actually, because there are some really beautiful things that have just opened up. So I really look forward to sharing those with you. Thank you all so much, everyone. Have a wonderful afternoon, morning, evening, night, wherever you are tuning in from. And I hope you have a great weekend. See you soon. Thank you, everyone. Oh, yay, Leanne. Thank you, everyone. Hearts to you, Linda. Goodbye. Thank you.